Hey everybody, it's Jeff back. It is Monday the 20th of July, and I'm back this time for a quick response video for Propfe. Chris is asking people to show some of their favorite, aesthetically speaking, labels, and which I think is a great thread. However, it's been done or asked of people a couple of times in a thread and contest in the last year and a bit or so. So rather than showing my favorite labels, what I've done here is grab 5 Canadian labels. Being in Canada, I thought maybe what I'd do is show you guys some Canadian labels that many of you maybe aren't familiar with or have never heard of before. So Chris has asked for 5, so I grabbed 5. Let's start with an album called Heavy Duty from a Canadian band called Crowbar, who was from Hamilton, Ontario. And many of the members from Crowbar for a couple of years in the late 60s were in Ronnie Hawkins' backing band. And this particular album is on a Canadian label called Dougodil Records. And Dougodil was out of Toronto, Ontario. Second one I have is from an album. It's called Talks Cheap. It's really an EP. It's a 5-track record from the Demix. They were like a Canadian punk band, if you will. Sorry for the glare. The shrink wrap is still on this one. Really great song on here is the first track on side 2, New York City. If you want to look that up online, I think it's available. It's a great tune. Anyways, Canadian band, the Demix, the label for this particular record was Ready Records, also out of Toronto, Ontario. And the next group, the last 3, first 2 Canadian, last 3 non-Canadian. A band I think everyone's familiar with, the Spencer Davis Group. This is Gimme Some Loving. Of course features Steve Winwood. And the Spencer Davis Group's albums in Canada, they were pressed by a label called Stone Records. Stone Records, which of course are no longer around, were out of Oshawa, Ontario, which is about 20-30 minutes east of Toronto. John Coltrane's Ballads, on impulse, but in Canada, artists that had albums pressed domestically here were on a label called Spartan Impulse Records. And I'll just take that off and show you. And they were out of London, Ontario, which is about 2 hours west of Toronto. Spartan Impulse. And the last one that I have for you here is the debut album from Motorhead, which I believe was originally released in 1977, but it wasn't released in Canada on LP, I think until 1981, which I believe this particular pressing, which is on Attic Records. And I think Attic is out of Toronto, but I'm not sure. Attic had a couple of different type of labels. One, I want to say Triumph's debut album was on a different variant of this Attic label. I prefer this particular one. It has sort of the stained glass window on the top. Attic Records. There you go, 5 Canadian labels. Thanks, Chris. Great idea. Have a great week, everyone. We'll talk to you soon, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.